with you something really exciting where we have 2 new die sets that are being released or have just been released, where some of the profits will be going to some of our favourite charities. So the dies are like rainbow, positive themed, all to kind of lift everyone up during this time. And the 2 charities that we will be supporting, or you guys will be supporting, is the Action Against Hunger organisation, where if you're shopping on Sizzix.com website, $10 of every sale will go to the Action Against Hunger charity. And then if you are shopping on the Sizzix.co.uk website, I believe you will be supporting the Trussell Trust, where £6 or around €7 will be going towards that organisation. Both charities or organisations are amazing, and they both support both world hunger and sort of UK hunger, and they're amazing in the fight to stop that. So hopefully you guys can support that and get something amazing in return. So we've designed these dies especially, and I will run through them quickly with you. So the first die is our rainbow die set. So this probably doesn't show it off as well, but I will be doing a make to sort of show it for you. So you get this lovely rainbow, you get a cloud, some little raindrop elements, and then a couple of lovely elements to make the cloud into kind of a smiley face. So that's our rainbow die set. And then we also have a positive vibes die set. So this one has loads of really lovely sentiments and quotes that are perfect for bringing that positive vibe, hence the name of the die set. So we've got things like smile, we've got sending love and hope. What else have we got on there? Some of them are upside down. So we've got like positive vibes, better days are coming, we're all in this together. So I'll show some of those for you as well. So they just work fantastically together or separately, and either one, if you didn't want to get them both, having either one of them would be a great addition to your collection, and you'd be supporting some fantastic charities along with that. So that is all of the information for those dies, and I'm going to show you a fun make using those. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this lovely scrapbook page or home decor piece. Really positive, really fun and bright. You can use your own lovely image, and I've gone for some like pastel colours in there to really make that rainbow pop. Okay, so to start this off, I've got white cardstock that I've cut to size. If you're doing it for a frame, just make sure you cut that cardstock to the size of your frame, or if it's a scrapbook page, obviously you'll be working on off of your scrapbook, so whatever your background is, that's fine. And then I've also got my image ready, so I've got my very soppy image of me and my partner on a travelling trip, and then I've backed it onto some of our ivory opulent cardstock. So it's got a bit of a shiny backing. So depending on the colours of your photo, depends probably what your backing colour is. I just wanted to keep it quite neutral. So there we go. So we've got our image that is going to be kind of the basis, and then we're going to start on this lovely rainbow. So that's going to be the main element, and I'm going to do mine in those pastel shades. So I'm going to start by cutting it in our ballet slipper cardstock. I'm going to cut that out, and I might cut one of the clouds out while I'm here as well, just so I can get both of them cut in the same time. So I've got ballet slipper cardstock and then the Arctic sky for those clouds. I'm just going to pop that through my express machine. Out really lovely, and as you can see, it kind of cuts out each section, so each section kind of slots in like so. So I've cut mine from several different colours. If I just lay those out, so I've got the ballet slipper, and then the limoncello, the mint julep, bluebell and lavender dust. So I've just cut them each time and used a different part of the rainbow die, But what you could also do, if you really wanted to, is use this as kind of a stencil once you've cut that out. So if you didn't want to have the different lines, you could actually use that as a stencil as well. So that's a different way of using it. And I've used the pastel colours, but you could use bolder colours, completely up to you. There we go. Okay, so I've got those clouds cut out as well. And I've got that rainbow. So I've got 3 clouds. It's a really simple but lovely die, and it's really versatile as well actually. So I'm going to start to sort of layer that out, and then I'm going to start to glue that down, I think. Some of these sections I have raised with some foam tape, just to create a bit more dimension, but you could just glue them flat. It's sort of whatever works for you, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and then I'm going to start to glue these down, and then I'll show you how to add a little bit of dimension to these lovely little clouds. Just trying to measure it where I want them and create that layered effect. Next I'll start to pop down the rainbow. Oh, the sun's gone in. Hopefully it'll come back out halfway through the video. There we go. I'm using express glue to stick these down, but you could also use our adhesive sheets, which are super handy, and I will actually show you how to use those with the Positive Vibes die set, because I find when you're dealing with quite fiddly dies, so like smaller handwriting and things like that, using the adhesive sheets is just really handy. But if you didn't have them, glue will still work. So I just want to show you kind of both options, I guess. Okay, and then just kind of layer those up. I'm leaving a little bit of gap in between each, just because that's how the die naturally cuts. I'm just layering those on. There we go. They fit so lovely inside of one another, but they don't look too uniformed. It's just a really lovely rainbow set to have. Okay, so the image that I've chosen, I'm actually going to raise slightly. So I did say I was going to do that with some foam tape. So if you just rip a couple of pieces of foam tape off, I'm going to raise that section up. There we go. And it's really good to sort of play around with dimension, like I said, with this foam tape, and it's super easy to do. So let's pop that around about there. Okay, and then these other 2 clouds I am going to raise up. But before I do that, I'm just going to add a little bit of dimension to them. Now, you can do this in several different ways, so depending what you have in your collection, you could do it with watercolour. Just be really careful with how much water you're adding to the cardstock, so it doesn't start to sort of bubble and manipulate the paper too much. Or the other thing you could use is just pencil crayons. So I'm going to take just a blue, I think. Just a couple of blue colours of pencil crayon. And then I'm going to really lightly just sort of shade around the edges almost. Nothing too fancy and nothing super visible. You probably can't even tell properly on the camera, but in person it'll really make a difference and really sort of give it that extra 3D element. Okay, so I'll do that again with just this one, like so. And you don't have to do it all the way around, just highlight certain areas. You could do darker areas if you wanted to. completely up to you, just be really soft. Okay, I've just done a couple there. And then just to show you another option, you could also use, if you wanted more of a bolder effect, you could also use our Sizzix permanent markers. So this would just give you a little bit more of a cartoon effect. So I don't know whether to use this one or... No, I'll use the lighter colour because it will show up quite dark on the card. And then you can, again, just in those certain areas, just add almost like little curve shapes, and just simply by adding that little bit of shading just makes all the difference and really brings them to life. So I'll just do a bit of the darker colour as well, just on some areas. There we go. You can see nothing much, but just a little touch just adds quite a lot really. So depending on which one you prefer, that's completely up to you. I'm also going to raise these as well though when I stick them down. So I'm going to use the pencil crayon ones just because I've gone for more of a pastel theme. But say you use the bolder colours for the rainbow, so you use like the oranges or the reds, something like that, then doing this effect on the cloud would work really well. Okay, I'm also going to raise this last cloud, but I'm going to put 2 layers of foam tape on this one, simply to make it slightly higher than our image that we've used. So I'm going to pop that one up here. Okay, there we are, slowly coming together. The last little bits are to add our lovely little smiley face onto the cloud. So I'm going to use my tweezers, and I've actually put adhesive sheet onto this die cut, so I'll show you the die cut. So I've just got the little smiley face die cut, and I use adhesive sheet just to make it a little bit less messy and a little bit easier for me to position them. Still super fiddly, that's why I've got my tweezers. There we go. Okay, so we've got that lovely little smiley face. It does also come with 2 circles which you could use for rosy cheeks, so that would be a really lovely element to add. I'm not going to do that on this one, but that's just something to keep in mind. And then I'm going to pop the sentiment on and then add some sequin stars. So that sentiment, I think I'm going to use just a simple one, so I'm going to use just the smile sentiment, and I'm going to use some of our gold opulent cardstock. So this is the mirror cardstock that comes in that set. And like I said, with these sort of more word, more intricate dies, I like to use the adhesive sheets. So I'm going to stick some adhesive sheet on the back of my card before I cut that out. Okay. Now we chose rainbows and this sort of positive vibe, because I think rainbows have definitely become a sort of theme during this sort of pandemic, where they're a little bit of a sign of hope really, and we just wanted to bring that to your crafting really, and bring that positivity as well. So that's kind of the theme that we were going for with these die sets. And I feel like even though they were made for that reason and around this sort of more sad time, they can definitely be used out of this time all year round to sort of bring a smile to anybody's face, whether we're still in a global pandemic or not. So there we go. So these I've cut out with the adhesive sheet on the back, and then I'll literally just peel those out. So just be careful. I'm just gonna pop them there. The good thing about adhesive sheet, because I've just stuck that on a bit wonky, I can literally just peel that off and straighten it down, whereas glue, it kind of, I wouldn't have that chance to move it about. So I'm doing this upside down, so I apologise if I end up spelling it wrong or backwards or something. There we go. S-M-L-E. There we go. And this gold cardstock is really lovely to do like sort of the calligraphy or the handwriting dies in, because it just shows up really lovely and really well. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've almost got that all together. I'm now going to just add the finishing touch, which is some of our limoncello sequins and beads. I'm going to choose the stars that come in this set. So the stars do come in every coloured set, so if you didn't want the limoncello ones or you didn't have those, you had another set, absolutely fine. Just use those instead. And then I'm just going to add a couple of those with a couple of dots of express glue, just to finish it off. I feel like these sequins and beads really just add that finishing touch to any make, and just really look really lovely and create that sparkle. Especially the star ones with this rainbow dye, they look lovely and really go with the theme. Okay, so there we go. I'm not going to go on and add some more because I already did that with my final one. So there we go. The sort of finishing outcome, the finished outcome that you're kind of aiming for. A really simple but clean and modern make using those lovely rainbow dyes and the Positive Vibes dye. So I hope you enjoyed watching this today and you're interested in those dyes. Like I said, some of the money or most of the money that you put towards those dyes will go to a fantastic charity, whether you are purchasing from the .com website or the .co.uk website. And if you do purchase these dyes, we would love to see some of your makes using these dyes. And if you do, make sure to share them on your social media and hashtag donate to make, because we will see those. If you've used that hashtag, we will see them and we will be looking out for them and sharing them on our platform as well. So yeah, make sure to share them with us, guys, because we'd love to see it, and spreading some positivity across all platforms can't be a bad thing. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it today. Make sure to stay safe, guys, keep crafting, and I'll see you in the next one.